Cool, we are back. Alright. We're here with Lysara Lionne, our Breton Templar mage, light armor. Those are Mage Guild robes, it's a costume. Because we finished the Mages Guild, the Fighters Guild, the Daggerfall Covenant, and now we are hopping around Rothgar, doing various quests for the people. So we're gonna head that away. Alright. Alright, let's see how it is. See, Bastion is with us, he's our companion. Does fairly good damage, but he's mostly there as a healer. He's our heals boy. We do need to be fighting those plant enemies. So we get that ruby rush. I've got thousands upon thousands of things I need to be collecting there. What is our look like now? Nothing? Okay. Had I not played today, we would have increased that skill. Well, let's talk to
I don't know whether to
Rajasha.
stay here or go find help. If they hurt my Shalda, I don't know what I'll do.
You were part of the caravan that was attacked by the cult?
Yes, we were on our way to Orsinium, Shaldagon and I. There were a few of us, artisans, crafters, answering the king's call. The cultists attacked, took us captive. I managed to escape, but my Shalda, they took her into the ruins.
Why would a religious cult
They
attack
weren't
random
very
travelers?
forthcoming with information as they were hauling us off. Their leader called himself Glothan the Recruiter. Said we'd all be true believers in no time. I'm afraid he's going to hurt Shalda and the others. I feel so helpless.
I can try and find your
Thank you
friends.
so much for helping me. With your help, I just know that Shalda and I will be back together in no time.
Can you tell me anything else about your attackers?
There were a lot of them, and they were strong, stronger than we were at any rate. Glothan was the worst. He kept saying that fire and ice would lead us to Trinimac's truth, whatever that is. Will you find Shalda and the others, please?
Tell me about Shadow and the others.
I packed up our pottery shop in Shornhelm to make a new start in Orsinium. If I lose her, I don't know what I'll do. The others,
You'll be sad.
we met along the way. A cook, a couple of mages. I hate to think of them coming to harm.
Wait here, I'll search the ruins and see what's going on.
I appreciate your help. Shalda and I aren't very religious, but what these cultists are doing is wrong. Oh, and I noticed an opening in the back of the ruins. That might be the best way to escape after you find Shalda and the others.
Tell me about Glothan the Recruiter.
Brutish, nasty orc. Praised Trinimac with one hand and slew a poor tailor who defied him with the other. He took notes, made a list of the captains, his new recruits he called them. That should help you locate Shalda and the others.
Cool. Right, let's go. In we go. Do do do.
Come and take us.
Take the nightwood.
That
Cool.
should come in handy.
It won't, but you know. We were able to find multiple treasure chests and do various things yesterday, so we'll see what happens today.
That's the last of them.
Okay. another artifact for a museum. Very good. Very good. So we got another Orsinium artifact. I want to go back to Orsinium and like take care of some of those quests because they're starting to mount up. We'll do this and get the ale first for sure because we got to get those two things. They're right here. Clearly those are important, but we've got to stop these cultists. Cultists are bad. Backpack, backpack. Do. Okay, let's see here. You hit the B button, and we go crazy. Well, got a daily endeavor done. I don't actually know how to check my daily endeavors. It's not something I ever paid attention to. I probably should do that. Oh, there's a second one. I didn't see him. He was a sneak thiefy. As a, warrior. Warrior! The choice makes me think of Gatorade. H2O. Barrels.
I'm not afraid of you.
Cool. Rubidite mace. We don't use those. Or more of the wood staff people. What do you got? I was wondering who you were attacking. That's why we like Bastion, though. He gives us hints. See how much quicker I can wipe them out with this move. Not even a question. How? Done. Because it takes a little longer with not doing it. Not much, but against world bosses it makes a difference. That is the incorrect way. We don't want to. That is not the way. We will not go that way. Taking down a business. I didn't mean to pick that up, but it did. Ooh. I definitely didn't mean to pick that up. Not good on the inventory management there, me. 134, we should not have that much. It's okay, we have a bank still with 50 slots available to us. That's the thing I have to remember sometimes. Yay, a note. I appreciate your enthusiasm for converting potential candidates, but it has come to my attention that your survival rate of your converts is increasingly low. Perhaps a little more patience and a little less personal application might be more productive to actually increasing our ranks instead of just thinning the general population. Be more careful, or else, Zurna. Yeah, a little too long to read, so we're not gonna. I'll read a note, but I'm not gonna read every book because there's hundreds, not thousands of books in this game.
Join us or die. It's that simple.
Sounds kinda messed up. I guess you die.
Help! Don't let them
Okay. My last batch of recruits has a lot of potential. A few won't be good for more than basic tasks, but several could become meaningful additions to our warrior caste. Once the conversion is complete, we'll confirm their loyalty. Each recruit's name and status follows. Yeah, and you see it just goes on and on and on. We're not gonna waste our time with that nonsense. We will, however, talk to this person by unlocking their
They
cage.
kept threatening me. Said they were going to throw me in the ice prison. What should I do now? I'm a cook, not... Thanks, but what should I do now? I'm not really good at making difficult decisions.
Can you make your way back to the
I
ruins?
think I can do that, as long as I'm careful. Others were dragged in here with me. Humble travelers who never harmed anyone. And now they're threatened with pain and death if they don't swear allegiance to the Boschrock.
I'll find the others. We'll meet up back at the ruins.
Right. Thanks again.
You're
You
welcome.
know, I came to Rothgar because it was supposed to be a safe and amazing place for orcs to live. Well, so far it doesn't seem to be either safe or amazing.
I know, right? It's kind of a dick move. Lock everybody up, throw away the key, and force them into a cult. It's kind of a rough start to the situation. However, I'm here now. Everywhere there's cults. Like, literally in this game. The whole world is just one big cult.
This fire, can you put it out? There's some water over by the wall.
Okay, I got you. Got the water. You look hot. I'm gonna throw the fire out here.
Ow, 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 damn,
Good
those are
person.
hot. Ow, damn, those are hot. Now I know what roast Horker feels like. They kept stoking the fire, making it hotter and hotter. I was almost ready to agree to whatever they wanted. Almost.
Rosasha sent me to rescue you.
Shaw's alive? Praise the
Sure,
Eight
that's
and
the name.
anyone else who wants to listen. I'm just glad she didn't follow us in here herself. Those Voshrock maniacs want new members. Someone who calls herself the proselytizer leads this bunch. You need to stop her.
Tell me more about this proselytizer.
Lysara the proselytizer? She's a horror.
Oh, weird
She
name.
came by not too long ago and told them to make the fire hotter. Said it would help me see the light. If I get the chance, I'll show her some light.
Go back to the ruins. We'll meet there after the proselytizer is dealt with.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Hey, they're gone. Interesting. They're so we're looking for a proselytizer. You understand? Proselytizer. I'll take your gold. Gold never hurt nobody. Well, you know. Other than all the people that it's hurt. That was me issue. Let's keep it going.
Don't touch anything. I beg of you, talk to us first.
Okay, well I'm gonna read these. Okay.
Don't touch the switches. They're trapped.
What do you mean trapped?
You know, touch the wrong switch and somebody dies? That kind of trapped. The Voshrock took us captive. Said we were gonna join their cult one way or another. If I stay in this icy prison long enough, I might just agree to anything.
How do I set you free?
That's the problem. If you push the switch in front of me, Gahar will be released, but I'll freeze to death. If you push the switch in front of him, I go free and he dies. They've been trying to make us decide, but we won't give them the satisfaction.
Can't I rescue both
Not
of you?
this time. The Vashrak set this up so that only one of us would get to join their crazy cult. If I were noble, I'd say save Gahar and let me die. But I'm not noble. I have a family. They need me. And I'm a healer. I can help you if you let me.
So I should save you instead of Gahar?
But do we really need another violent battle mage? I heal the sick and help the wounded. And more than that, I want to live. I know it must sound terrible, but I really want to live.
It does sound kind of terrible.
Don't touch the switches or you'll kill us!
What are they doing to you?
Vashrak, they're trying to break us. They want Unsulag and me to swear to serve Trinimac. Or their version of Trinimac, at least. So far, we've refused. But these ice prisons wear you down.
What's the point of all
They
this?
said they only need one of us. The switch in front of me releases Unsulag, but freezes me. And the one in front of her does the reverse. They keep coming in and asking us which switch to press. So far, we've refused to play their game. So far.
There's no way I can save both of you.
I knew how to do that, I tell you. I hate to say this, but I don't want to die. If you free me, I can help. I'm a strong elemental mage and I can fight. But this blasted prison keeps me from casting even the simplest spell of warming.
So I should save you over her?
She's a good woman, but she's already lived a full life. I can aid the rulers of Arsinium, assist my people. I have many productive years remaining, if I get out of this. Release me and I'll devote myself to helping others. You have my word.
Sorry, dude.
What a terrible choice you had to make. But Trinimac preserve me. Thank you for choosing me.
Oh no! I hate the cold.
Poor Gahar. Horrible. But you made the right choice. You'll see. I feel
All right,
terrible
well, I chose
about
you.
what happened to Gahar. But I'm as good as my word. I'll fight alongside you until we get out of this madhouse.
Alright, let's deal with the cultists and get out of here.
My healing magic is yours to command. I won't let you down.
I don't think you won't. Well, that was terrible. Anything in the backpack? Not really. Backpack, backpack. Guards to take care of. Guard to take care of. I did. Who's still alive? No one, okay.
About damn time. Ancient ruins full of cultists makes my knees hurt. Out of my way, youngster. I can find my own way out.
Wow. I like her. She's sassy.
Next person that even mentions the name Trinimac finds out why I call my walking stick Headcracker.
I am a fan of you. You are a sassy jabber. And I respect that, and you can go. I'm gonna go this way, because you're terrifying. Gotta respect the sassy jabber.
Let's go!
I'll take the gold. I'll take the gold. Then wipe them off the face of that earth. Because all earth means is dirt. The guy just went Dragoon on me. Did you see that? Dragoon.
Proselytizer. 10 converts this week alone.
But fire is better. I've guided 15 to Trinidad's cause.
No one cares. Nah, she's dead. You're in huge trouble. Empty
Good riddance
dust.
to that piece of rubbish. How does someone claim to worship a god and go on about killing someone who doesn't agree?
Yeah, it's never happened before, ever. Nope.
Go ahead. We'll be right behind you.
Yes, we should be
No
careful about
worries.
it.
We'll stay back and let you deal with any of those Voshrock maniacs we run into. We'll move forward as soon as we see that the coast is clear.
Alright, follow me after I see what's waiting for us at the top of the stairs. Yeah, the old lady, she's pretty awesome. The rest of you kinda aren't.
The day will be ours.
Oh, you guys are screwed now. Nothing there. Nothing but a dummy there. Dead, gone, and buried. Dadgummit. Nice. Looks like this doesn't look like a good idea. It's fine now, though. Totally fine. Everything's fine. We're fine. Goodbye.
Now's our chance.
We'll have to look at that and see what happens.
Stay together. We're almost there.
True. Kinda look like a alien. Seriously, I want to be a dragoon. I'll take care of this dude. And that dude. Alright. Alright, we're out of here. Success. So that quest took 25 minutes. That ain't a bad quest. About a half-hour quest. Take that. For a little side quest? Yeah. A little dungeon there. Not a lot of reward. Other than the experience and the...
Down here!
Okay. My thing's broken.
You did it! I don't know how
did.
you did it, but I'm eternally
Because I'm really,
grateful for
really,
what
really
you've
good.
done.
You must be relieved to see
I know you
Shaldagon.
did your best, and I'm ever so
I
grateful.
did.
We're going to stick together and find the nearest stronghold. We'll hire some bodyguards and make our way to Orsinium. We won't
Good.
forget what you did for us. None of us will.
So we get Trinomax Blessed Placard and 300 gold. Some Seals of Endeavor, too.
I've had enough of ruins and mad cultists. I just hope Orsinium lives up to its reputation.
I'm working on it. Like, I'm trying. Cool. So this area is complete. Huzzah.
Attack! Victory is cruel. Defeat is
Iron.
worse.
And a Regulus. Cool. Ooh, there's what we're looking for. A chest. Very good, very good. First chest of the day. No soul gem though.
Across those things.
Legendarian wants to be at 5. 5 is good, but 6 is where it starts to get interesting. 6 and 7 are big boy stuff, because that's where you can start getting lower bounties and things, and quicker lowering of your heat and your bounty itself. Before the spiders went off on me, that's good. Okay. The spider. That's an enemy. Also an enemy. But he didn't know what was happening. Neat. Before I continue, I really need to let Sash waste. I mean, that's literally better than everything I've got. So, totally worth it. Just main hand. It's just worse overall. That's fine. We're doing fine. Everything's wonderful, yeah. Getting closer to that, whatchamacallit. Quest marker. That's the thing. I just
Brings victory.
words. There. I actually passed it up.
This is a great area for
Okay.
harvesting.
It really has been. It's just where. Oh my goodness, it's a lore book. I want it, 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 I want it. Mine, lore. Oh yeah. I'm all about the lore book. Stairs, okay. There's another player. Hi, other player. Bye, other player. Bear. Bears are off today. There are no Bears games. Man, I don't... Like, I am really dumb when it comes to this. Like, this guy has eluded me for too long. Where, you know what, head towards this thing and go back towards the way shrine. I am just flabbergasted. I don't know what I'm doing here. It shows. Go this way and then head. Like, we're not going to look for anything. We're not going to look for fights. We're just going to head straight towards the quest marker, because that really... It confused me. But I did find a book of lore. Automatic good. We'll fight this. It's literally on the way. Hey, look, another quest marker. I'm not getting distracted. I'm not getting distracted. I'm not getting distracted. I'm not getting distracted. I'm distracted.
My head. Did anyone see where that rolling bucket of rust happened to go?
Okay, he's literally right here, so that's good. You.
Before all this Orsinium nonsense, people used to respect the privacy of the noble recluse.
Are you the brewer who crafts the ale that drives orc maiden crazy?
Congratulations, you found me. What are you? Another lovelorn cub trying to win the affection of an orc who's too good for you? Away with you! My ale takes months to brew, and I won't part with what I have left so you can have an evening of passion.
Does the ale really have an amorous effect on orcs?
Their weight in Horker stew without a romantic urge and a healthy taste for good ale. But yes, my special brew has been known to accentuate the urge, especially in women. That's why I stay out here and keep my batches small.
What's so special about this ale?
Listen here, outsider. I use only the finest ingredients and freshest spring water to brew my ale. Not to mention the 7 secret spices and the 100-year-old yeast I inherited from my mother. It packs a kick and does the trick.
Would you be willing to trade a bottle of rare Nord mead?
Is this? It is. I've heard of Volyard's buzzed mead, but I've never had the opportunity to try it. All right, fine, let's trade. I wonder if they really put a bee in the bottle.
Thanks for the ale.
Buzzed mead. Listen, it actually buzzes. I can't wait to take a swig. What in the name of Malakath's left tusk? Why are there so many bees?
You messed with the bees. Don't mess with the bees. Bees!
Oh, my head. Hey, Where's my brother? Have you seen Raynor anywhere around here?
I haven't seen him.
That's just great. I fall unconscious for a moment or two and Raynor runs off into the wilderness without me. It was that Dwarven power core you got for us in Zithganthars. Raynor had to go and tinker again. That's always how the trouble starts.
What did Raymore make this time?
He decided to rebuild one of those Dwarven sphere things. And of course,
Terrible
he had to
idea.
make alterations. Nothing's ever good enough as it is for my brother. The sphere went berserk and knocked me out. And now Raynor's missing. This is bad. Really bad.
Yeah, I'll find your
It
brother,
could be
Raynor.
anywhere. Raynor probably went after the Dwarven sphere to keep it from causing more damage. Oh, I know. I think there's a way you can follow the sphere too. Find his latest Tinker project and you'll find Raynor, guaranteed.
What do you have in mind?
Take this. Raynor has a technical name for it, but I call it a lightning prod. My brother uses it to control Dwarven constructs, but it can also be
We
used
call
to
it a
track
cattle
the
prod.
construct's energy discharge.
How do I use the lightning
Look for a
prod?
place where the sphere expended a lot of energy, like by that burning wreckage over there. Then just take out the lightning prod, and you should get an indication of where the sphere went next. Go ahead and give it a try over there.
What are you
I'll
going to
gather
do?
up Raynor's tinkering tools and follow you. Once I catch up, we can help Raynor disable that rolling monstrosity. But don't wait for me. Raynor needs you. Now get going.
Goodbye. Don't blame me because you got knocked out. Okay, we're heading this way. You don't see anything.
This isn't good. The sphere's core is deteriorating at an alarming rate. If I don't reach it soon... oh, hello there. Nothing to see here. Feel free to move along. We can catch up later, say, back in Orsinium, over drinks.
It's alright, Raynor. Kira sent me to find
Kira?
you.
Then the sphere didn't hurt her too badly? Thank the three for that. Wait a moment. Is that the modified energy detection and absorption rod? It is! That's just what we need to repair the sphere.
Your sister called it a lightning
I
rod.
think Kirith refuses to employ the correct terminology just to annoy me. But I suppose that's her sister's. No matter though, she always comes through in the end. Now that we have the rod, we can repair the sphere and set things right.
Repair it. Kira said we need to disable the Dwarven sphere.
Disable my latest creation? After I went to all this trouble? Why in the world would we do that? It will be a simple enough matter to use the rod to absorb the power core's excess energy. Then the sphere should settle down and behave. Theoretically.
Theoretically?
When it comes to Dwemer technology, everything is theoretical. But I am an expert on the subject, so my theories are better than most. The faulty power core drove the sphere crazy with excess energy. Once we drain that energy, it will be fine.
So you want me to find the sphere and use the rod to drain the excess energy?
Exactly. Use the rod to detect the sphere's energy discharge and expose an afterimage. You can follow that directly to the sphere. When you find the sphere, use the rod to drain the excess energy. But don't attack the sphere. That would be bad.
What do you mean bad?
As in, really bad. You know what happens if you breach the seal of the power core while you're hacking and bashing at the sphere? Well, immediately unleashing all that energy would rearrange the local landscape in a very explosive fashion.
What are you going to do while I'm tracking the
I
sphere?
know my sister. She's right behind you with my tinkering tools. I'm going to need them to repair the sphere. You go ahead. Once Kirith arrives, we'll follow. Just be careful. There's no telling what the sphere will do in its current condition.
Oh. What did you mean that attacking the sphere would be bad? We already discussed that.
Always ready to help.
Oh. Hagraven. Hagraven. Gotta take care of Hagravens. Can't let them go. No, 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 no. Swimming across here. Moseying right along. Singing my song. Backpack. Nothing. Side by side.
We followed after you as fast as we could. What happened to the sphere? And what's with all these fires? Was anyone hurt? Oh, Mother Morrowind, what have we done?
The sphere was ransacked the camp, but no one was seriously
Thank
hurt.
the three for that. Raynor still has an insane notion that he can repair the crazed construct. But after seeing this, I'm even more determined to make sure the sphere is destroyed.
The sphere ran off after I used the
At least it
prod.
didn't attack you. You need to use the prod again and find it before it does any more damage to the countryside.
What are you going to do while I chase after the
Raynor and
sphere?
I will make sure these hunters are all right. It's the least we can do. Then we'll follow after you. Once the sphere is destroyed, I'll feel a lot better. Until then,
Me too.
it's like there's a knot in my chest and someone is pulling it tight.
Goodbye.
I'm sure that one more use of the rod will drain the sphere and rectify its frenzied behavior. Then I'll be... Nonsense. I'm sure it was nothing more than a misunderstanding. And none of the orcs look like they were seriously injured. You have an annoying habit. Am I speaking to...
There you go, Bastion. I thought you might enjoy that. You did.
What do you think you'll make with that?
Trinimac blesses us all, even if everyone craves the truth of Trinimac, no matter their race or creed. Trinimac is a war. May Trinimac's light ignite the fire of your spirit.
I have no idea what just happened, but I think I just got a boon. Yeah. So, 30 minutes, my critical attempt went up. Harpy. Dead Harpy. We're gonna have to start thinking about going back to town soon. Harpy country, huh? Look, we took care of a bunch of these world bosses already, so we don't have to worry about them. Ooh, Goblinkin, 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 Goblinkin. Fight them a little bit, because I need to kill more of them.
Taste our steel!
Look at this little guy. He's not a metal monster,
Hey, I'm
no
looking.
matter what Kirith may think. He was just drunk on the excess energy the damaged power core was giving off. I'll have him fixed up in no time.
I completed 3 of my daily endeavors, so that's cool. Do you still want to repair the sphere?
Why would I want to do anything else? With a few minor adjustments, this little sphere will be as good as new.
I don't think Gareth agrees with you on this one.
I suppose she wants to destroy the poor thing. Hit it. That's her solution to every problem. But important research can be dangerous. Real scholars understand and accept that.
If we were to fix the sphere, how would we go about doing it?
Lightning prod and I'll take care of it. I can alter the frequency of the rod to recalibrate the sphere's energy dampeners to better regulate the amount of energy flowing through it. Simple as making a kwama egg omelette. Really.
Alright, let's repair the Dwarven sphere.
Wait! Where are you going? Come back, little construct.
Really? That was your plan? Let my brother fix the homicidal construct. You should have just given a sharp axe to an angry orc. We'd all be a lot safer.
Should we go after your brother in the construct?
Don't worry about it. This kind of thing happens to us all the time. I'll take care of it. If you hear a loud boom in the distance, it was probably us. But thanks anyway. I'm sure we couldn't have gotten to this point without you.
So I got a Tinker's Staff of Trouble. It's crap. Yeah, we're doing okay. Like, we're not doing terribly. I'd very much like to get up there. Here's the thing, though. I think we're gonna go get our inventory situated, and then we're gonna come back and do some stuff. Wait. First things first. No, not here. Wildcraft. I know where I'm going. There. Alright.
I love cities.
Down here.
The rude people, the noise, the chaos. Is it strange that I find it comfortable?
Yes.
Metal's just like any.
So there you go.
Some say gold can't buy happiness. It seems to me they just don't know where to shop.
Back to what we were doing. That'd give me inventory space wise 82. Okay. So almost 100. If we took in some freaking relics, I could. Yeah, we got a long way to go. Let's see here. Journal quests. I still have 20 quests marked on here. Jeez Louise. I have so many quests. So many quests. It's okay. Head north, like we're going. It is a long way. We're gonna find several other quests along the way, probably. Which is fine. It's just, oof, thought we have a long way to go.
This is a great area for harvesting.
Oh, cool. We have a way shrine. How many of those do we have left? This is it. Final way shrine. Kind of interesting. I'm already done with that. I will take care of you in a minute, Mr. Bear.
That's it. Are you hurt?
That was easy.
dead. Dang it. That was unfortunate. I didn't know what I was doing. That was unfortunate. We tried, dude. It didn't work out for us, so move on with life. He was 1100 and couldn't fight that guy. That guy was upper echelon. Is he still alive? You're still alive.
They made their choices. So be it.
You make more noise than a mountain bear in heat. I heard you coming from an arrow's flight away, and I smelled you from 2. Is there something I can do for you?
I don't know if that's the guy I wanted to ask you about perfume to wear.
Orcs don't wear perfume. Only Bretons and fancy elves enjoy that flowery stink. Why in the world would you think I wear perfume?
Ambassador Rigert mentioned how good you thought you smelled.
Rigert? The Nord ambassador? He seemed friendly enough. We met while I was visiting with my clan chief. What's this really all about? Tell me and maybe I can help.
Rigert needs Orcish perfume to help him impress an Orcish woman.
Sly dog. I knew he liked Lazditha. But the only perfume an orc woman loves is the smell of battle and the scent of our enemy's blood. An orc chief often fights a power. As a matter of fact, I've been tracking the Great Bear Norgim for days. It's smart and strong, definitely worthy of Lazditha.
What do you think you'll make with that? Life isn't a fairy tale, but sometimes villains get what they deserve anyway. That's over with, I suppose.
You suppose, huh? Cool. Defeated 4 of those enemies. And that one was tough. And we found a relic, which is awesome. Cool, so we got the relic. I hope everyone else got the relic. I mean, that would be awkward. I have no interest in sticking around here, though. I ended up beating that guy. I did not think we were going to beat that guy, but we kind of joined in halfway. But also, there was about 10 more people there. He must have called a guild in, which is entirely possible. Which is good, because now this fortify meal didn't go to waste like I thought it was going to. I really did. I was really bummed. It's like, oh man. Right there, and I want that really bad. Because we're like right there to level 5. And it didn't count it. Okay, it did count it, good.
Let's keep our eyes open for a tavern where we can spend that.
Phew.
Malakath. Vision fades.
And yet, I see you clearly through the fog at life's end. Malakath? Is that you? No, I see. I see. Malakath sent you to me, didn't he? That means...
Oh yeah.
His words will not be lost.
What's going on here?
Rock, they attacked our stronghold, crying for our blood in the name of Trinimac. They came for the sacred words, the hidden sanctuary, but they made a mistake. They misinterpreted the blood rite that opens the way.
What do you need me to do?
Has sent you to see the sacred words to safety. Find the other archivists. Gather a drop of blood from each to open the way. You can start with mine. And know that the Agra Krun will guide you.
I'll gather the blood and preserve the sacred words. Dead. Also, she's dead. I'm gonna go ahead and do this first. Yeah, that'd be a pain in the butt. Landed. Man, I wish I was a champ or a whatchamacallit. They get to be dragoons.
For glory!
So many bad guys. So little time. So many bad guys. What was my crime? There's one. It's in there. Doom. Huzzah, indeed. Down goes those guys. Down goes these guys. Yeah, you're off balance, alright. Get your butt. Mm-mm. You kinda hopped right up there, buddy. A little weird, but okay. Let's do a 4.
Careful there.
Into this house. Do 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 do. Well,
truly want to help us secure the sacred words of Malakath, then let us speak. For you cannot find the way on your own. Outsider, you honor Malakath with your actions, and serve the Furious One as well. And as his instrument of vengeance, I swear that the death of the Archivists will not go unanswered. You, however, have a different purpose in all this, I think. The faithful of Malakath require protectors, especially in these difficult and violent times. I am one of Malakath's mortal agents, one of the Agrakran. You would say the blood shield in the common tongue. You have the Archivist's blood, yes?
I have the blood, but I'm not quite certain what to do with it.
Time to prepare you, and still less now. Malakath's vengeance cannot be delayed. But I can give you this book. It describes the path you must walk. You were not intended for this path, but you must walk it all the same. The
Where do I start?
Stronghold Keep. A shrine to Malakath waits inside. Though it hides in our prince's true place of power. The blood holds the key, though your will and your faith must reveal the way.
And this book will help me.
Used it to gain admittance to the old order, as did those who sought refuge in the halls of Malakath's true servants. It will guide you. Like the Furious One, it won't lead you by the hand. You'll have to work to succeed. Now go.
Wait, tell me more about the Agrakron.
To most we are shadows, but for a precious few, we are a beacon of light. Retrieve the sacred words before the Vashrock destroy them. The Furious One has charged. I have my own task. Later, we can talk more if you like.
Okay, goodbye. Alright, I don't feel like digging through all that, obviously.
Before, and as it will be again. Then it is my time.
Let's just follow the lit candles.
You have proven yourself capable of doing whatever Malakath asks of you. Good. Only the worthy may carry the sacred words. You have done well, outsider. Not only were you able to find this sanctuary, you proved yourself worthy enough to take up the sacred words. You should be honored to be so favored by Malakath.
Why'd the keeper have to die?
The choice was yours. Though Malakath always demands a sacrifice, a display of loyalty and commitment. But rest assured, the keeper knew her role and she relished the taste of it.
What about your task?
Darkness have been avenged, and Malakath's fury sated. For now. The remaining Vashrok will soon notice their shrinking numbers and depart Varro. Until then, the
Where should I take the scroll?
hidden in plain sight. Go to the residential district and find the house where the light of Malakath shines. Follow the light. It will guide you.
Go. I can finally fight this guy. Just seeing what I gotta do here. Quite a bit. Quite a bit. Right. For crying out loud, I was trying to,
Careful. That one looks dangerous. I beat him legit that time.
I hear old Afrin's hold is no longer haunted. If that was you, you have my thanks.
Rotten luck, Chief. Rotten luck. Don't see many new faces at Chateau range. Dying. I don't really... You're right. Most of Chateau... Truth is, everyone's afraid. The Chief kept this... You want me to... Someone who's... Contenders for Chief. I don't really... You're right. Most of Chateau... Truth is, You're right. Only made... Most of Chateau...
Turn this quest in.
Frozen Durzog liver pairs surprisingly well with mead.
Yeah, I have the ingredients.
Coffee shipped all the way from Valen Harbor and he eats the whole bag off the cart? He'll make a fine smoked bear's head stew. One of his cousins just came off the fire if you'd care for a sample. Dig in.
Sure.
The light is key to the broth. You may notice the tomato base draws out the subtler taste of the truffles. It's better you swallowed the tooth whole than tried to chew it. Though, you might pay for it later. I was worried about the presentation. Removing all the teeth makes the stew bowl look sickly. Very true. You know, you're the best assistant I've ever had. Far better than Hamlin Serpy. Though there's really no comparison.
You are Zorga, master of orc cuisine?
Master? Yes, that's me. And you are?
Barazal, hearthwife to the king.
Welcome to my kitchen. Can I get you something? Perhaps some candied chubloon, fresh from the oven.
No, I have business in Orsinium. Yet I expect you to join me there shortly. I want you to cook the feast that will honor my husband. Can you do this for the king of the orcs?
Of course. It shall be a feast to remember. I don't know what kind of feast Barazal plans, but I cannot wait to share classic orc cuisine with the king.
Cool.
Someday we...
I have several quests to turn in. I probably should do that.
Or Zorga's cooking is the talk of Orsinium.
Maybe I should have some.
If we keep eating it, how will we fit into our armor?
Glad I healed myself. There we go. Go look for some art. And then we're going to turn in a bunch of crap. Like, we're going to get this art, and we're going to turn in a bunch of crap. And Orsinium is just going to be, like, so much better.
Keep moving. The day will be ours.
Alright, so we gotta go all over Orsinium. Because we have like 6 quests to turn in. So up and then left. We need to head towards Orsinium. Towards Orsinium. Huh. Alright. It's under him. I didn't think about returning to Rigert.
What's this?
I don't know, but I'm heading towards Rigert. I was like, I think I'll do this. And I was like, Rigert.
My friend, that is most excellent. Really? Holy crab cheese.
Ambassador Rigert, I have those documents. Is this a good time?
Ah, my sweet Lazdutha. Rigert has gifts for you, ripe with orcish affection.
Ambassador Rigert, this is highly inappropriate. Wait, is that a Chiltier cheese I smell?
My sweet, my blade, my lady love. Your pommel fits my hand like an armored glove. I promise to never let our attraction dull, even when we've crushed his skull.
Ambassador Rigert, I can't abide such behavior.
But, my jade goddess, don't understand.
Oh, Rigert, pay no attention to Lazdutha. You've won my heart with your gifts of affection.
Fella, this is most confusing. Rigert had no idea you had such feelings.
How could I not? After all, you completed the ancient marriage proposal. We're engaged now.
Rigert never expected... Wait, what?
Well, there you go. Let's head towards Orsinium.
Cities are as alive, fickle, and uncertain as people. Some are good, some are bad. Some give you gifts, others rob you blind. Taste our steel!
To Orsinium. So we've killed a world boss, done a few quests, and now we're going to turn in a bunch. Gotta clear that journal out, make room.
I do not know you, yet you approach with great purpose. State your intentions and let Malakath judge your worth.
Azra said to give you this, sacred words of
I heard
Malakath.
about the trouble at Faron's stronghold. Thank Malakath that you were able to secure the holy text. The Agra Krun will make sure it remains safe. The Vosh Rock lost today's battle thanks to you.
See Malakath's final word.
Can you imagine the chaos? Sometimes I don't know what the king is thinking.
Poor Zabani. Why will none believe that the Gola stole from the king, not her? Oh? What did you find? Do not keep Zabani suspended. Shh! Not so loud. If you found my note, you know Agolas betrayed me. I didn't deserve the blame for his plan. I didn't want to touch that ugly thing. Agolas should rot for what he did to me. I can make it worth your while. If you place the blame on Agolas, he'll let me go. Then I'll collect my emergency funds, meet you at the Greedy Cat, and pay you for the note and your silence.
Keep away from the Khajiit. No? What information? I knew it! Her story never fit together quite like it should. I'll make sure that mug gets back to the guard. Anything else you need? I think the guard can manage a reward. Here you go. Compliments of the king.
Ah, he's the one who stabbed me in the back with such little effort. If I didn't know better, I'd assume you belong to the dark. Is that supposed to scare me? I'm not scared. All right, that's enough. You can go now. Please. I didn't know. I would never insult the Dark Brotherhood. I spoke out of turn. Hail Sithis? No? Forget I said anything.
Nothing but dry bread and old turnips to eat. I never should have gotten over that
The worth of a book is measured by what you carry away from it.
Interest? About time. Maybe he finally sold some of those trinkets he loves so much.
I ain't complaining and I ain't asking questions. I ain't complaining and I ain't asking questions. I'm just glad I finally got paid. It's a good day, friend. I've got gold in my pocket and a full mug in my hand. I don't see how that's any of your business. And if you're thinking of trying to rob me, well, think again. I need this gold for my daughter. Now, why didn't you just say so? Being all mysterious and scaring a person half to death? So, why are you looking for Gula? Like Trinimac's deformed toe? If this gold is illegal, my Shieldhad needs her potions. All right, let's try this. If you forget all about what we were discussing, then I might have information that will help you. Do you agree? Right. You never heard this from me, but Gulag left here a little while ago to talk to those Khajiit traders. You know, the ones who showed up recently? And if nothing else, you should be able to smell him. He wears some kind of fancy fragrance, says it keeps the...
Let us see here. There it is. There he be. Gotcha. I didn't make it, but it would have been awesome if I did.
Finest merchandise around.
If you throw up on me, I'm going to knock you off of there. Count on it.
Good scent. It's almost enough to make this one want to stop dealing with him.
Arusha would agree, except for all the gold he gave us. He's got the luck of Joan and Joan.
This one thinks we are blessed with half his luck and twice his gold, but not his scent.
This bath is ours for as long as we want. I paid in advance.
You didn't have 2 gold pieces to rub together last time I saw you.
Fortune happened, my lovely. And it fell right into my... And who might you be? Go find another bathhouse. I hired this one for the entire day.
I'll let you deal with this Gulag, darling. I'm going to go and get some...
What's this about? If you aren't here to use the baths, it must be about my tonics. Well, I can assure you, my tonics are guaranteed to cure whatever ails you. This takes time. And multiple applications. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm a loyal subject of the king. I don't have anything to do with any damn Winterborn. No, I can explain. The people of this city, I made a deal for them. Gold from the Winterborn allows me to produce my tonics at a fraction of the cost. I'm doing this for the people. The outlying clans, They're enemies of this city and our king. Their chiefs refuse to accept the king's rule. They'd rather stay stuck in their old ways and traditions. Meanwhile, the poor of this city can't afford medicine. I'm saving lives. A small price to pay for a larger gain. I've been loyal to this city since before you outsiders started arriving. You have no right to judge me. Fine. What's the use? See what happens when you just try to help? The supplies were sent to Frostbreak Fortress. That's where the Winterborn warlord, Yorfan Iceheart, plans to regroup his forces. I'm sure he's guarding the supplies personally. Do what you will. My tonics are out in the city now, getting to the people who need them. Sure, I won't be able to enjoy the rest of my gold, but I accomplished what I set out to do.
Dude's a jerk.
Once again, welcome to Orsinium. I look forward to working with you on this grand endeavor. Ah, another traveler arrives in our grand city. Welcome, welcome. Are you one of the chosen? Do you bear the letter from the... I am a high priestess of Trinimac, serving in Orsinium's temple. Like you, I'm here at the request of Forge Mother Alga to help revive the ancient traditions of truth, honor, and unity. I also greet new arrivals. Tell me, how is your journey? We've received similar reports. Just one of a series of unfortunate incidents that we plan to rectify. Orsimer soldiers and even the king himself are looking into this. King Korog believes that even those who refuse his rule must be cared for. Truly, perhaps we can still recover the supplies the clans need to survive the winter. The decision to invite outside... You located the stolen supplies and uncovered our betrayer. Trinimac surely sent you to us in our time of need. Take this reward for helping our people. And you must present yourself to Forge Mother Alga. Look, here she comes now.
Is this one of the outsiders who responded to my invitation, High Priestess?
Yes, Grand Forge Mother.
Thank you, Solgra. I will speak to the outsider. Come, outsider. We have much to discuss. So our ambassador finally found you. Took a damn time. But you're here now, and that's what counts. Welcome to Orsinium. Amazing how fast we rebuilt the place, isn't it? Orsimer can do anything when we work together. The damn Breachmen and their foul magic. It provides the Winterborn with an unlimited number of soldiers to send against us. Even so, our soldiers have dispatched all but one of their warlords. That bastard, Yorfan Iceheart. Where are the supplies? Trinimac smiles upon us then. My son, King Korog, has already traveled to Frostbreak Fortress to deal with Warlord Iceheart directly. Without a strong leader, the Winterborn threat will fade away. You must go and tell the king about the supplies. There are two things my son can't resist. Food and battle. When he learned of Iceheart's location, he rushed to deal with the warlord personally. Help him end the threat and recover the supplies. The unification of the Orc clans depends on it. The Winterborn pose a threat to all of Hrothgar. Yorfan Iceheart in particular has long been a thorn in our side. The king issued the order to invite you to our land. If the Winterborn are defeated thanks to that order, the clans will take notice. Of course, but many of our best warriors are off helping the Alliance. Besides, the other clan chiefs are too busy seeking their own glory. My son needs someone at his side who has nothing to prove. Someone without an axe to grind. Someone like you. The accursed Winterborn of the Reach. Under the Longhouse Emperors, they dominated these mountains. But the mountains belong to us now. We've driven the cowards back, but their leader, Yorfon Iceheart, still lives. It's time to change that. You can find my son at the camp outside Frostbreak Fortress. It's an old Breton fort southwest of Orsinium. We've been laying siege to the place for weeks, but Iceheart and his rats have burrowed deep. Go and help my son exterminate the vermin. High Priestess Solgra? Oh, we couldn't have done any of this without her. She upholds the ancient traditions, traditions we sorely need right now. With her help, we will restore the true religion of the Orsimer, the religion of Trinimac. Trinimac the warrior, the paragon. Once he was our patron, our god. He encompasses the true ideas of the Orsimer. Strength, honor, and unity. This is... Oh yes, and many times over, just like any other.
Alright. We don't want to quite travel there yet. We want to get all this stuff done. No. We're wiping out various quests that we haven't gotten turned in yet, so very important. Rothgar is a fun DLC, especially for an MMO.
Isn't this place grand? And they were happy to have a researcher of my caliber join their staff. Feel free to look around. We have some lovely displays coming together downstairs that show the width and breadth of Orsimer history. Oh, they are wonderfully splendid. Such exquisite relics. I'm still consulting with a few experts about the etchings, but the items are definitely related to a dragon priest and his followers. You've done me a great favor, friend. I plan to continue to study these relics and ascertain why the Nords built a tomb in Hrothgar. I'll conduct proper scholarly research, not that popular claptrap that Narcissus Dren had me write. And never fear, you will receive the credit you deserve.
Cool, I appreciate that.
What an undeniable aroma. Let's see, bones, more bones, slightly different bone, some sticky goop to hold it all together. Oh, my friend, you have outdone yourself. Have faith. The sculpture begins as a block of stone. Masterful painting, nothing but canvas on a board. Time to assemble this for Preparator Nagaza. Soon, all shall witness my glorious homage to Hrothgar's ogres.
What is this? This?
Masterpiece? Delivered as promised.
What is this mess?
Mess? But this is an authentic replication of ogre artwork, as requested. The materials came straight from an ogre den.
By the bloody cursed Darinar! It reeks!
Ah, you understand?
I understand. The gourd's rising in my throat!
It's perhaps not my best work.
Poor guy.
My mentor said he could teach me nothing except that art is a journey. Each attempt an experience regardless of the result, and that experience can often be art itself. Let's both agree that's what this is.
What items do I have to put in here? On these, liquid silver.
Remember, the last known location. This one gives me for the time. Oh, King One. Cool, so we got rid of a bunch of our artifacts there, that's good. Gave them up. Didn't like overload my journal, did it? Okay. Neat. Very good, so we got that done. So we got another main quest done. That's good. Got some sky shards discovered. So at least hit double digits in the sky shards. We have a mission to obtain.
again. You make a habit of showing up when my lady needs you. Suppose that means we're gonna make another attempt to reach that wretched summit after all. Go present yourself to my lady. She should be coming down the trail at any moment.
What's it all about reaching the summit?
Apt name, don't you think? The House of Orsimer Glories in Orsinium engaged my lady's services to find the shrine of Tora Groigron. It supposedly waits at the snowy top. No one's attempted to climb it in years. Here we are.
Is it a realm to climb?
Consider vile beasts, freezing winds, and falling ice to be a problem. We tried to climb the mountain 3 times now, and each failure was more spectacular than the last. If you're interested, Lady Laurent could really use the help.
I'll talk to
This
her.
expedition has really proved to be more troublesome than Lady Laurent anticipated. I hate to say it, but the famous treasure hunter, the House of Legends, Karsten works...
Damn you, Karsten. How am I supposed to make a great discovery when... Oh, hello! I was just thinking about you. You do have a habit of showing up whenever I need help. Perchance you've brought a small army with you as well?
Oh, just
Just
me.
you. Well, I was hoping for porters and guides and all, but I suppose that I can make do. I'll need to make a few slight adjustments to my plan, but this time we'll reach the summit of sorrow, I'm sure of it.
Oh, last time.
3 times, you mean? We set up one camp, but the harpies in the icy wind cut us down each time we climbed higher. A few orcs even wandered into a chasm because they couldn't see more than 2 paces ahead in the fog. Oh, it all upset me so. To start,
Not gonna help.
head up and present yourself to Karsten while I go check on my lazy manservant, Stibbons. We'll meet you up there. Why are you still
Okay.
here? Do you need directions or something? We're not just talking about any dead orc. According to a scroll fragment I studied, the Armlet of Tor, the museum in Orsinium.
No remorse!
So I picked up the helm. That's cool.
Who in the name of Malakath III? Oh, she did she? I hope you know what you're getting into. Harpies and ogres are bad enough, but the true challenge of Sorrow is the mountain itself. Avalanches! Sorrow wields her. To be honest, I'm not sure. The good order. Sorrow, we're looking extremely. I work for her. Her reputation brought her to...
Stibbets, don't you dare put down that firewood.
Once you clear the path, we'll be able... I work for her reputation. At first, we got... Sorrow made... Extreme. I work for Orsinium's newly... Her reputation...
Here we are. We're not just... According to the museum.
I've got a museum artifact, lady. It's not a big deal.
The day is ours!
I knew no.
Come on, gotta get you someplace
Don't
warm.
waste your time. I'm done for. An avalanche broke both my legs, but I no longer feel any pain. The others...
Sheath your weapons. The battle is won. Stuck or choosing to remain still. Let's go!
all dead, just as I feared. Wait, what's this? Fascinating. Most of the monuments up here are inscribed with 3-stanza epitaphs. It was a common practice. Well, obviously they found the shrine higher up on the mountain. As to why they came here to die, let me translate this rubbing.
Those poor orcs. Stibbins, be a dear and bury them.
Don't be ridiculous. They died well. Leave them where they fell.
Leave them? Out in the open? How barbaric.
Orcs don't bury their dead. And these are the first orcs to rest on sorrow in generations. We won't steal that honor from them.
Fine. You are the expert, after all.
Gotta beat up some ogres. That's what kind of sorcery this is.
Another stanza. Incredible. Toruk took the armlet to the very summit. But this word...
Come now, Stibbins. Keep up.
Right behind you, milady, as always.
This cold is unbearable. Stibbins, the firewood.
A fire! Splendid idea, milady. I'll just... Oh my!
If this is Tarik's shrine, where's his body?
Milady, you need to see this.
Build the fire here. I need more light. Maybe there's a hidden door.
Lady Clarisse Laurent, I insist you listen to me.
What are you going on about, Stibbins? Can't you see I'm trying to... Oh. I suggest a strategic retreat.
I wholeheartedly agree, milady.
Let's stand back here and let Karsten and our friend work in peace, Stibbins.
I'm not afraid of you.
I think they found the third stanza, milady.
Quiet, Stibbins. There might still be ogres about. Quickly, Karsten. What does it say?
Let me take a look. Toruk wasn't pleased that they built his shrine below the summit. He wanted to rest at the top.
Does it say anything about the armlet of Taruk?
He carried it to the summit. It says he laid Sorrow's kiss upon it. Yes, Zugka. I'm certain it's kiss.
Sorrow's kiss? The same phrase from the fragment. Doesn't that sound so romantic, Stibbins?
Very sentimental, milady. But are you sure that doesn't say Zugra?
Now, Stibbins, really, leave the translating to the experts. In the meantime, I must speak to our friend. Isn't this wonderful news? To protect his own tomb from looters and to ensure his legend among his people, Tarek climbed to the summit, and he took his relics with him. Now, be a dear and go up there and retrieve the armlet of Tarek for me. Ugh, haven't we been over this? I swear, sometimes I think you hear one word I say out of every 3. You're almost as bad as my manservant Stibbins. Of course, it's hyperbole to keep... I don't agree with cars.
I must say,
I envy you.
I don't think you know what the word envy means, mister.
return to their senses. I told you they weren't dead, Stibbins.
And look, that must be the armlet of Torog. I refuse to let you go through with your plan, Lady Laurent.
Really, Karsten, not that again. We clearly have more to discuss. Stibbins, see to our friends.
You missed all the drama while you were unconscious. Lady Laurent and our helpful orc had a dreadfully intense argument about the... It's the thin air up here, but whatever you did made the weather calm down, so we followed you up. That's when Karsten and Lady Laurent started arguing. Karsten thinks the shrine would be a better location to display the armlet than the museum. Oh, most indubitably. The museum hired her to acquire relics, and she hates to disappoint. Perhaps you could talk to them, help them reach a decision that gets us someplace warm, hmm? You better let me hold on to the armlet, just to be on the safe side.
I don't know what's gotten into Karsten. Why would anyone want to climb all the way up to the shrine to see an ancient relic when there's a perfectly quaint museum down in Orsinium? I would say so. The museum specifically tasked us to retrieve relics and bring them to Orsinium. History is meant to be admired, not left hidden in the past. Karsten's plan means I will have failed in my mission, and Lady Laurent never fails. If you insist. But please don't take too long. All this cold...
I'm glad you recovered the armlet of Torog. But before you decide what to do with the relic, you need to hear what I have to say. So it would seem. This shrine stands as a tribute to our past glories. It reveals an age when orcs thought nothing of sacrificing dozens of warriors to build memorials to our strength. It sets the kind of example that the new Orsinium needs. The armlet of Torog should remain in his shrine. Make sure every orc climbs Sorrow to see it, to understand what our ancestors were capable of achieving. In this way, the relic will become a symbol to bind our people together. Surely you can see that. Of course. Sorry I got all emotional.
I don't know what's gotten into Karsten. I would say so. I knew I could count on you. Soon every orc will be able to gaze upon this important relic in the comfort of Orsinium's museum. But first, I need to see what this wonder actually does. Oh, Stibbins, be a dear and try it on, please. A little faster, Stibbins. I'm anxious to see what the relic actually does.
But, my lady, what if I'm not worthy?
Nonsense. We're not afraid of legends and superstitions, are we?
No, my lady. Of course not. Well, here goes nothing.
Oh, Stibbins, what did you do this time?
Maybe your manservant was right. Maybe it does say Sorrow's curse.
Stibbins always finds a way to turn the simplest task into an ordeal. I don't know why I continue to employ the man. The armlet of Torog will receive a place of honor in the Orsinium Museum. I believe that a prominent sign that says "Do not touch" or "You are not worthy" would also be prudent. Now, someone at the Mages Guild will be able to help me thaw out poor Stibbins. It may take weeks for him to warm up, but he'll be fine. But you should be pleased. The orcs will sing my praises, and they're sure to say nice things about you as well. Give me a moment, and I'll open a portal back to our base camp.
A portal? So why did we have to make that harrowing climb?
Teleportation is a delicate business. You can't just open a portal to some place I've never seen.
I'm a little worried about getting Stibbins back to the Mages Guild. Orcs don't have a word for fragile or handled with care.
All right. We did that. Let's go back to the museum and then we'll be done. So we're going back to Orsinium. To turn in this quest. Not very many treasure chests today. That's alright.
There's something wonderful about wandering a city's streets with no destination.
Durang, you idiot!
Well, I'm not cleaning this up.
What is it?
Mortal wares are now at the fort, and now I see people willing to spend. Do you not agree?
I do, and you're welcome.
The Relic Hunter returns. Tell me, was your search for Uzdabik's helm successful? There's a display case just waiting to be filled. So it
I got it.
really does exist. Sometimes you never know when you're dealing with myth and legend. Could I trouble you to take it downstairs and place it in its display? In the meantime, I'll find that list of relics I mentioned the last time we spoke.
Here we go.
It's so nice to have a little help around here. Thanks for finding that historic treasure and setting it on its display. But this is only the beginning.
Really?
The wilds of Rothgar are brimming with all sorts of important antiquities. Indubitably, you've got a talent for relic hunting, and I'd be remiss if I didn't take advantage of that. Here's a list of the relics I believe await us in the wilds of Rothgar. Find them, bring them here, and the museum will reward you handsomely. Remember to check the list. We have very specific needs here at the House of Orsimer Glories. Distinctive portions of history that we want to put on display. You mean as curator? That's an interesting story. Remembered.
The tale that the stone tablet tells is...
Cool. To this way. No, don't want to die.
I heard that cultists have overrun Farin's stronghold.
Damn Voshrak! Their Trinimac nonsense is going to be the downfall of this city.
Alright, well, either way, I'm going to end the stream here. I will get that stuff done, so don't worry. Go ahead and...
I'll soon be heading back.
Somerset, so we'll end it here. I'll pick this up at some point, but until then, I will talk to you all later. You have a good one. Bye, everybody.